what's happening, everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? I know I look different. I got on a cap. I rarely wear a cap. I decided to put on my Laker cap tonight. You rarely see me wear a cap. I hardly ever put on a hat. I'm not really a hat guy. I'm a bit cold. I came outside from a nice walk. I know it's Monday Night Football tonight, but I stepped out for a bit to take a nice walk, and now I'm back. And now I'm doing this video. I'm talking about the Washington Commanders football team. As we all know, something happened over the weekend for the Washington Commanders football team as they paid homage to one of their former players. But there's a lot of controversy and there's a lot of people who are not too happy at all. And, I made a sarcastic remark earlier today about it, and I said it was a cool gesture by the Washington Commanders to pay tribute to the beloved safety Sean Taylor, who was tragically killed back in 2007. I was being sarcastic. Look, the Washington Commanders football team could have done much better. They could have done much better. They could have given the man a bronze statue and not some cheap wired mannequin. I mean, what a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. That's a slap in the face to Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor deserves a lot better than that. Sean Taylor was one of the star players in that organization. He had quickly risen to stardom when he was a part of that franchise. And, if you're going to honor this guy, honor him properly. I mean, if you wasn't going to do it, if you wasn't going to give him a bronze statue, then you were better off not giving him anything at all. But hey, that's the Washington football team for you, man. That's type of stuff Dan Snyder does. He's a terrible owner. This guy's an maniacal weasel. He's always been that way. I've never cared for the guy. I think a lot of people dislike the guy. A lot of people would be glad once he sells the team and move on from the Washington Commanders, and maybe they'll actually win something once he goes away, because this man is despicable. He's a poor excuse for a human being, let alone an owner. And he's done he's done a terrible job as the owner of the Washington Commanders. So it's time for him to pack his bags and get the hell out and move on. But it was a weak excuse for a memorial. They should have done a statue. They should have done a statue. This is a wired person with a jersey slung over it. Really? What an absolute joke. It's a freaking joke. That's what it is. This was a joke to the man's legacy. This was a joke to the man's legacy. This was thrown together at the last minute. You put them in Reebok pants, Nike jersey, a middle mannequin. It's pretty disrespectful, if you ask me. It's pretty damn disrespectful. It really is. Again, it was thrown together at the last minute. And this was more embarrassing than it was a tribute. It really was. But again, Dan Snyder is the most despised owner in the National Football League. He has done a poor job running this organization. It is a poorly ran organization. Dan Snyder is an embarrassment. The worst owner in the NFL. This is a guy whose organization exhibits both blatant racism and it's a toxic culture. It's a toxic culture there. It really is. And things will probably get better once he goes away for this Washington Commanders team. This is a guy who didn't have the audacity to change the damn nickname. He refused to change his team's racist nickname for many years. And you know, many of us expected a statue, like a life size, painstakingly crafted kind of bronze type of thing. That's what we expected. But this was more like an intercepted pass, a fumble, if you will, by Dan Snyder and the Washington Commanders. How dare you do this to one of the best bone-crushing tacklers ever. One of the best safeties to ever play this damn game. And I can only imagine what he could have done had he played much longer. Had he been around much longer. And you do him like this? This is a disgrace. This is a slap in the face to this man. It really is. It's a slap in the face. It is an embarrassment to this franchise. But you know what? The Commanders are used to getting embarrassed. They like being talked about. They like it when people publicly ridicule them. Dan Snyder is okay with it. Apparently. Apparently they're okay with it. I can't believe that. A wireframe mannequin? Really? That's the best you can do? And then you gave him gloves that he didn't even wear? That shows you how much you knew your own player. Or is it that you don't care, that you just don't give a rat's ass and you don't care enough to know your player? And why is the uniform mismatched? The shoes are black Adidas. They're soccer cleats. Taylor did wear soccer cleats. Sometimes he did. But he more often he wore the classic Nike style. He is shown in Nike with burgundy on the toe. Wow. You do this man like this? This is a terrible way to honor somebody. It's a terrible way to honor somebody. It's disgraceful. It's distasteful. Egregious is what it is. He's being remembered this way? This is cheap. This is cheap. This is uncalled for. This is morally wrong. And to me, it looked as if there were a few marketing interns given this assignment. It looks as if this was a last minute project that was put together the night before they unveiled the damn statue. That's what it looks like. Wow. Unbelievable. This deserves every ounce of criticism. It deserves every ounce of criticism. It was supposed to be a memorial to a young man killed at just 24 years old. And it turns out to be a damn insult. It turns out to be a damn insult, is what it is. Dan Snyder should be ashamed of himself. It's bad enough Washington's toxic culture under him has failed women. And now you have this happening. The NFL, they oversaw an investigation of Commanders Dan Snyder. And they launched an investigation into alleged sexual harassment by the owner. This dude is a rogue owner. This dude does not know how to run an organization. And that's why he has been forced out as the owner. It is time that he goes. It is time that he goes. I'm sorry if you guys hear screaming in the background. That's my fiance trying to come down my daughter. But, you know, I'm trying to get through this video. I just had to come on and talk about this because this is terrible. This is terrible. And people thought I was being serious when I posted what I posted earlier, because I posted up the image on my fan page on Facebook. And I was being sarcastic. I didn't really mean what I said about that. You know, I was just being sarcastic because it's nonsense. It's full of shit, is what it is. Excuse my language, but it is. And amid the recent tumult, this just adds on to it. You know, but the Commanders need to do better. They need to do better than that. That's awful. There's no excuse for it. It's awful. Talk to you guys later. Before I get out of here, you guys subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Take care.